Hello and welcome to EV Review Ireland. My name is Derek Reilly. Today we're looking at the Polestar 2 and we already have it on the channel, so if you're looking for a more in-depth review, I'll stick the link on the screen but also in the description. But today we're looking at the 5 things that I like and the 5 things that I dislike about the Polestar 2. So let's get started. Today's video is sponsored by our insurance partner evinsurance.ie. As well as excellent rates, they have specific cover for electric vehicles and are great for company cars too. If you want more information or to get a quote, click on the link in the description and also on the screen. If you'd like to support the channel and are interested in all things EV, hit the subscribe button, hit the bell icon so you don't miss any future updates. First thing I dislike about the Polestar 2 is the firm ride. Now I am in the performance version, it has the adjustable dampeners and to my opinion it's set a bit firm. I don't know what level it's at. I believe whenever you get the performance car it is set to a firm suspension. Has this one been tweaked? Hopefully not, because I would like to know that there is a bit more comfort in it if that's the case. But yeah, speed bumps, manhole covers, potholes, etc. there are going to be affecting the ride quality. It's great that they're adjustable, but what I would like to see is the adjustability to be able to be managed from internally, you know, whether that's possible. You might need to have a different suspension setup. So performance pack, yes, you get your gold seatbelts, yes, it is the Brembo brakes are there, etc. But are you sacrificing comfort for that €5,000 option? It's not as firm as the Tesla Model 3 in my opinion, but it is definitely on the firmer side. So if you're looking for a comfortable ride, maybe have a play around or maybe get a test drive in this with it set to its comfiest setting. The second thing that I dislike about the Polestar 2 is the rear space. I think it really starts to show that when it's not a ground-up EV, what you have to work with. So I'm 188 centimeters, 6'2", and I'm touching. There's a large transmission tunnel. So you definitely won't get 3 adults in the back of this. 2 larger adults in the back of the Polestar 2 is going to be a tight squeeze if the people in front are in any way bigger than 6 foot. So space-wise in the rear, yeah, it's one of my dislikes of the Polestar 2. It is, as much as the panoramic sunroof is nice to get, and the fit and finish, I just think that they could have done a better job with and again, because it's not a ground-up EV, this is what we're going up against here. So that's what I don't like about the Polestar 2. The third thing that I don't like about the Polestar 2 is the fact that as much as Android Automotive was built in, and it is going to be, we're going to chat about it in my like section, what I don't like is the fact that I don't have the option of Android Auto, which is the phone mirroring version of my phone. So you're going to have maps, which is great, etc, but like I really like using Waze as an app on my phone, and I like when it integrates with all the other cars that I drive when there's Android Auto. So there's Android Auto, which is the phone mirroring, and it optimizes to the screen, whereas Android Automotive is caked in, baked in, all the rest of it, and the app selection isn't great. All I want is what I'm used to. I like the way that I can use Waze. I like the way that Spotify interacts, whereas with Android Automotive, as much as there's some positives there, and I do talk about it in my likes, make sure you click on the chapters down below. Like Spotify, it's a separate sign-in. I'd prefer if I had the choice of Android Auto. I've seen that they've added Apple CarPlay, so if you're an iOS Apple user, but just give me the option to have Android Auto. I like what I have on my phone. I'd like to be shown on the screen. I don't want to be signing into more things. The fourth thing that I don't like about the Polestar 2 is I just think that the visibility is a bit narrow. And what I mean by that is they've obviously taken a chassis from Volvo of some sort and packed a load of batteries in underneath the bottom pan of it, underneath the seats, etc. And they've tried to keep the actual vehicle height a bit lower, or as low as they could. So I just find that the window opening between the top of the steering wheel and the bottom of the roof is just that small bit encroaching, I think is the word I'm looking for. It is, I feel that now the A-pillars narrow. It's not that I've got a lot of blind spot there, just that I feel that I'm kind of looking out of a letterbox kind of a situation. Maybe that's where the rise of the SUV has come in. But I feel that they have done, I don't know, there's a lot going on here that we could potentially have done differently. So yeah, that's the fourth thing that I don't like about the Polestar 2. The fifth and last thing that I dislike about the Polestar 2 is, as much as the hatch is one of my likes, the boot just isn't very big comparative to its competitors. It's just over 400 litres and you have a well underneath and a bit of a frunk in the front. But I just think that because this isn't a ground up EV and it's been built on some Volvo platform that they've had in the past, I don't think they've utilised the space very well. And I think at 400 litres, I think it could be better. I think it could be better utilised in the way that they've placed the batteries. I just think it's not one of its, like showing it to people, they're surprised that the boot isn't bigger because they see Polestar, they see an electric brand, that the space could be utilised a bit more. So it's the last thing I dislike about the Polestar 2. It's not bad, don't get me wrong, 400 litres, you know, but it's when you think about it in comparative to something that we might, like a Volkswagen Golf is 380. And like this is a much bigger car than a Volkswagen Golf, or an ID3 as we're going to say now in the EV world. So yeah, disappointed with that. That's enough dislikes. Let's have a look at the likes that the five things that I like about the Polestar 2.
If you think this car may be for you, you can submit a EV-specific insurance quote by clicking the link on the screen or in the description.
Moving back to something a bit more positive, and the first thing that I like about the Polestar 2 out of the 5 things is the overall design. I think it looks absolutely stunning. And it has been a bit divisive, even in the office or wherever I've shown it to people, friends and family. Some like it and some don't like it. Let me know in the comments if you're a fan of the design language. Obviously Polestar, their CEO, is the ex-head of design from Volvo, but overall I think it's still a bit of a unicorn on the roads. People are still wondering what this badge is. You've got this grille that isn't needed because it's a fully electric car. You've got that, obviously Polestar with that Volvo connection has that Thor's hammer. And this being the performance pack, you have the gold Brembo brakes, you've got the gold wheel valves, and interiorly you have the gold seatbelts. So styling wise, I think it hits the nail on the head for me anyway. I like the look of it, I like the design language that they're using. So overall, really good. So that's the first thing I like about the Polestar 2. The second thing that I like about the Polestar 2 is the fact that it has Android Automotive built in. So what does that mean? It is the operating system of the car itself is based on Google Android Automotive. And so what you're going to sign into your account. So a lot of things are, you literally just went onto your phone, it asks how do you want to sign in, and then there's the Play Store and you can download apps that you use on a regular basis within your car. The best integrated feature is the fact that Google Maps, when you put in your destination, it knows, because it's connected to the car and it knows the state of health in the battery, state of charge in the battery, it tells you what your battery percentage is going to be by the time you get to your destination. If you're not going to reach your destination with the charge that's left in the battery, it will suggest that where to charge and how long you'll have to charge for. So I love that integration, and I think it's one of the things that we could do smarter in a lot of electric vehicles, is that integration with the navigation system, the charging software and the charging network, and state of health, state of charge on the battery. So that's the second thing I like about the Polestar 2, is the Android Automotive built in. Third thing I like is just the overall fit and finish and feel. Now, this car in Ireland is starting at 48,000 for single motor, smaller battery, and then it jumps all the way up to this one, which is over 70,000 with the performance pack, etc., etc. So there's a lot of extras on this, but at either level, it's the same base car. And the switchgear and the quality of the switchgear, like the steering wheel is Volvo, the mode selector, drive mode selector is Volvo. So the quality of everything, would I go for this trim? Probably not, but like everything the fit and finish is top quality. You're paying 70, between the guts of 50,000 and 70,000, so you'd expect that. Not always the case, but they've used a nice selection of materials. There's a difference in the materials, and just everything has a heft, like even the door. It's like, and a couple of people who have gotten into the car have said there's a nice chunked thud to that door. It is a lot heavier than the Tesla Model 3, so this one, and I know I've talked about it in the review, and that has the larger battery, so make sure you look at that. But just for an example, this one has been giving me an estimated range of 400 kilometers. WLTP, I think, for this car is 480, so 20 odd degrees, really nice weather. 400 kilometers if that suits you. But the point is, and one of my likes is the overall fit, finish, feel, quality of materials, in my opinion, for the majority, is really good. The fourth thing that I like about the Polestar 2 is the fact that it's a hatch. There's such a wide opening to get stuff in and get stuff out of, so I really like the fact, and it's going to be compared against the Tesla Model 3 in a lot of cases, and if you're looking for a hatch in a Tesla, you're looking at a Tesla Model Y, but this is really a Model 3 versus head-to-head, and I think in a Polestar sense, with regards to the access point of it, the fact that it's a hatch, I think is a no-brainer. So that's the fourth thing that I like about the Polestar 2. What's the fifth thing I like about the Polestar 2? And it's the performance. I like a lot of electric cars, but this is the performance pack that I have. But the standard one is 170 odd kilowatt single motor. Even the dual motor, it's 170 across both, about 231 brake horsepower. But this is the performance one, so it is an all-wheel drive. It is 300 kilowatt across all wheels. It has just over 400 brake horsepower and 616 newton meters of torque. So when you want it to shift, it'll shift. And that's the fifth thing that I like about the Polestar 2. Hopefully you've enjoyed my 5 likes and my 5 dislikes. If you disagree with me, let them leave a comment for me. If you agree with me, leave a comment with me. If you are a fan of Tesla, leave a comment with me. Remember, if you think an EV is for you, leave it to me and I'll review. Thank you very much for watching.
Just a reminder that today's video was sponsored by evinsurance.ie, who have excellent rates and specific cover for electric vehicles. For more info, click the link on the screen and also in the description.